Sky Savers, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kim and this is A World of Sky. And today we're talking about financial advice for 18-year-olds and young adults. These are things that I wish I knew when I was at your age to help me along my financial journey. This is information that you need to know as you start adulting so that you can be financially responsible with your money, your investing, and things of that nature. Personal finance can seem kind of scary. It may not even be anything that you're thinking of, but you need to start managing your finances now. The earlier that you start to implement some of these things, the better off you will be. So no long introduction here. Let's go ahead and jump right into these things. Before we do that, please be sure to subscribe to my channel for information about saving money, financial, and personal finance tips. Let's get into 11 things that you need to know to start your personal finance journey. The first thing that you need to do is set your financial goals and be mindful of your habits. Write down your goals. If you want to buy a new car, if you're looking to purchase a new computer, or maybe move into your own apartment. Don't rush that one though. Do not rush trying to move out on your own. You only want to do that when you're financially ready. I know it's so appealing to have your own space and be able to move around as you please. And of course, that is very, very tempting. I get it. But if you're not ready for it financially, it's just going to cause you to have to move back home. And you don't want to do that. So whatever your financial goals are that you have written down, keep those goals in mind as you are saving money, as you are spending money. So when you're making purchases, decide if that's really something that you need, or should I be saving this money towards my financial goals. With that being said, that leads us into number 2, which is budgeting. So in short, a budget is just it's a plan. It's a plan for your money. You know how much money you have coming in and how much money you are spending or expenses that are going out. As a teen or a young adult, you may only be working part-time, and that's okay. But if you are making any income, any money, if you're making any money, you need to have a budget to manage it. So your budget would include the money that you're making from your part-time job, but it will also include any bills that you have, or like your fund money or things that you like to purchase. You need to be putting that all in a plan on a monthly basis. If you need help on how to create an easy budget and more information about how to create your budget, check out this video. It's super helpful, beginner-friendly video that will walk you through step-by-step how to create your budget. There's even a free budget worksheet that you can download to help you out. So go ahead and check that out. The link is in the description box below. The third thing that you need to do is open a bank account. So you'll want to likely open a checking and a savings account. If you are a student, look for banks that offer student checking accounts. Typically, these accounts come with low or no monthly fees to manage your account. Also, there's no minimums on the amount of money that you need to open or maintain your account. So those may be the best options for a student. Or if you're not a student, they do have kind of beginner level checking accounts, and so you'll want to look into those same features. No or low fees, no minimum amount to open the account, no minimum balance to maintain the account. So like I said, you'll need a checking and a savings account. Your checking account will be maybe what you use for your day-to-day expenses, things of that nature. And then your savings account will be the amount of money that you transfer or deposit into that savings account based on the goal that you have set for how much you want to save every single month. All of that money would go into your savings account. So after you've done your budgeting and you looked at how much money is left over, you can determine what percentage every single month or every single week, if you're saving on a weekly basis, that you need to save, whether it's 10%, 20%, 30%, whatever that number is for you that you can afford, save it. Just be sure that you are saving something. Number 4 is to build your credit. Credit is king in this world. It's great to have cash, but you can do a lot with credit. And so you want to have a good credit score to assist you as you transition into adulthood. And through adulthood, you're definitely going to need strong, solid credit. So you probably mostly have heard like some negative connotations tied to credit and that it's daunting and it's hard. It doesn't have to be a daunting or difficult task. The daunting and difficult part comes when you have blown it and now you have poor credit and you're trying to rebuild. But if you manage it and you're responsible with your credit from this point forward, it does not have to be daunting. So this is your warning. This is your warning. Listen up. Try your best to avoid getting into a situation that will cause you to have poor credit. It is hard to come back from. It can be done. It can be done. But it is challenging to come back from. So this is your warning. Guard your credit with your life, okay? Guard your credit. One of the ways that you can do this as a young adult is to take out a credit card. Okay, now disclaimer. You need to use your credit cards responsibly. That's going to be the first step in making sure that you do not end up with poor credit, okay? Be responsible with your credit cards. If you take nothing else away from this video, be responsible with your credit cards. As a young adult, you probably only need one credit card, so don't go opening up a bunch of cards at different places. You need to find one credit card that will work for you, and let it be a credit card that's not store specific, that you can use and shop at any gas station, grocery store, pay your bills online, whatever it is. Make sure that it's something that's universal, that you can use in multiple different places. As you're researching which credit card may be best for you, make sure that the credit card has some benefits and features that align with you and your lifestyle. So what I mean by that, make sure that you have a credit card that offers some type of cash back program. So based on the amount of money that you spend and charge on your credit card, they will give you a certain percentage back in cash. That's a huge feature. Also see if they have any kind of quarterly bonuses or annually bonuses for your spending amounts. Does the card have travel rewards? If that's something that is important to you or you travel a lot, that may be a feature that you want. Just make sure whatever card you decide to go with has some features and some benefits that you get something back for using their credit card. You'll also want to search for cards that have no annual fee. There are plenty of cards out there for young adults that meet this criteria, so make sure that you're not getting a card that's going to require you to pay some type of fee annually to use it. Okay, so no annual fees. The biggest point regarding credit cards, only use your credit cards to pay for things that you can afford. What I mean by that, if you're not going to be able to pay the credit card statement or balance in full when you receive your bill, don't buy it. Don't buy it. It means that you cannot afford that item. You don't want to be paying interest on your credit card. You want to be able to pay everything off in full. And you need to pay your credit card bill off on time. That is going to help you build your credit. On time and in full. Those are two things that you need to remember when it comes to repaying your credit card. I'll repeat them. Pay your credit card bill on time and pay it in full every month. If you're thinking about purchasing something that you know you will not be able to pay in full that following month, don't get it, okay? You cannot afford it at the time. Make a savings plan, write down your goal, and put together a savings plan towards that item. The fifth piece of advice that I have is regarding students, college students, and knowing your financial aid package. Understanding what it is that you're doing, and specifically I'm talking about taking out student loans. You need to understand this information before you take out the student loan. It's so important that you know what you're getting into, how much you're borrowing, how it will need to be repaid, how much it's going to cost you in the end. So make sure that you're doing your research beforehand to understand these things. I have an entire video dedicated to student loans and understanding exactly what I just mentioned. So please, please, please check out that video on student loans for all of the information that you need to know regarding your loans. The sixth piece of advice is to start investing. Even if you only have $20 or if you have $100 to invest, whatever you have, start investing and start now. You're young, and so you have time on your side, and time is the biggest asset in investing. And so you, my friend, are ahead of things. You have time on your side, so start investing now. So if you invest that $20 or $100, it has years and years and years to grow and grow and grow. And so that means more money for you long term. There are many resources available on the internet, on YouTube, that will help you with your investing. So do some research and start investing now. The seventh piece of advice that I have for you is to shop around for your insurance rates. So for example, let's say that your parents gave you a car they put the car in your name, and you just decided to keep the car insurance company that they had previously on the car. Well, that may not be the best option for you in your new situation. So what you should do now is shop around different insurance companies for different quotes and find out which company can give you the best offer for your new situation. And this tip for shopping around for insurance does not just apply to car insurance, but it applies to any kind of insurance that you have. So if you have an apartment and you have renter's insurance, you'll want to revisit your policy and get new quotes every year. At the minimum every year. You can look into doing this every 6 months and make sure that you are getting the best value. The 8th piece of advice that I have is to look for ways to save money in everything that you do and be a financially savvy and smart shopper. I think that you should try to never pay full price for anything. So if there's a student discount available in any situation, make sure you are using that. Use online discount codes when you're shopping for clothes, shoes, groceries, whatever it is. Look online first and see if you can find a code to bring your costs down. And when purchasing things in general, don't go for the trends. Go for things that will be long lasting. This goes for your wardrobe. This goes for your technology. This goes for almost anything that you will buy. Try to buy things that will last you a while. Trends come and go, right? And they come and go quickly. So that can mean that you end up wasting a lot of your money, and you don't want to do that. I have an entire playlist of ways that you can save money shopping. So check that out if you're looking for different ways to save money. The 9th tip that I have is to eat at home. You have food at home. I know you've probably heard your parents tell you that before. We have food at home. We're not eating out. Well, it's true. And now that you're an adult and you're paying for all these things yourself, you probably have noticed that eating out can be very expensive. You can actually end up blowing thousands and thousands of dollars eating out or grabbing coffee all the time, so you want to be mindful of these habits. What I suggest for you is that you set a monthly budget for your food and coffee that you're eating out. Once you hit your budget, you're done. You're done for that week or you're done for that month, however you've set up your budget, you're done. And after you've spent that money, you need to eat at home. Doing this is not only going to be effective in the amount of money that you can save, but it'll actually help you be mindful of how much you're actually spending. The 10th piece of advice that I have is to be mindful of the things that you're buying and don't be excessive. You don't need everything, right? So you don't want to be excessive with shoes and clothes and tech products and makeup. You don't want to go overboard purchasing these things. Okay, we're not trying to keep up with the Joneses. And if you don't know what that means, but you may not know what that means because you're young, all it simply means is that we're not trying to buy things that we cannot afford to please people or keep up with what we're seeing on social media. Okay, that's what keeping up with the Joneses is. It's not hot, and it's not a good strategy to use in your personal finance journey. So of course you need clothes, you need shoes, but the key is to not be excessive. And like I said before, try to get things that will last you longer. That way you're not spending as much money and you could be saving that money instead. And the last piece of advice that I have for you is to use cash for your entertainment. So you're young and you should enjoy your life, but you need to do it responsibly and you need to set a budget for fun, right? So if you're going to concerts or the movies or whatever it is that you're doing with your friends to have fun, you guys are hanging out, set a budget, take that money out in cash from the ATM before you meet up with your friends. And that is the amount of money that you can spend during your entertainment outing. So once you've spent that money, it's gone. Using this method will prevent you from overspending and you can actually see where your money is going. It's super, super helpful, and I suggest that you use this strategy moving forward as you are hanging out with friends and family. Okay, so those are my 11 tips or pieces of advice for young adults. Personal finance can be kind of intimidating to tackle at such a young age, but kudos to you. You are steps ahead because you are taking the time to research what it is you should be doing on your financial journey. Continue to educate yourself and make strong financial decisions. It will pay off. I promise you it will pay off in your future. Well, that's all that I have for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit that little notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you and I'll see you in my next video. Happy saving.